And we are doing an anime and manga top 10. This is Rittleot
and Ginger of Red, coming at you from Red. Now please keep in mind, this is our top 10. Sir Rittleot will be covering anime, and I will be covering manga. So let's get started. Sir Rittleot's top 10 anime. Number 10, Mushishi.
I walked 10,000 miles to see you.
An ethereal and interesting anime that focuses less on the main character and more on the supernatural Mushi. This is done in a series of short stories that are both dark and serious.
Number 9, Shiki.
Another take on vampires. It made me fear vampires again. Shiki is a horror and thriller anime that is executed extremely well.
Number 8, Log Horizon.
In an anime scene filled with escapades into online gaming, Log Horizon is a gem. It has an awesome cast that furthers its many little stories throughout the series. And it does a great job of explaining its MMO mechanics.
Number 7, Angel Beats.
It made me cry. It made me laugh. I did both, many a time. Angel Beats.
Number 6, Gurren Lagann.
An awesome, manly-filled mecha adventure. Gurren Lagann. Nothing more needs to be said here.
Number 5, Trigun.
A classic anime set on another planet that focuses on the bombastic escapades of Vash the Stampede. A memorable character that many a person who's watched anime is familiar with. And what makes Trigun so special is its slow progression from being absolutely hilarious to downright serious.
Number 4, Slayers.
Another take on the classic party adventure, Slayers is hilarious. It is funny, yet it can also be... No, actually, it's just funny. No, it's just hilarious. But it does have its serious moments every now and then.
Number 3, Cowboy Bebop.
I think it's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
A spaghetti western and noir-esque space adventure anime, Cowboy Bebop is an anime that's made it onto many a list. And the reason it's made it onto mine is its memorable cast of characters and story that further develops that interesting cast of characters. It deserves to be watched.
Number 2, Code Geass.
Lelouch v. Britannia, the main protagonist of Code Geass. You can see him as a villain. You can see him as not a villain, as an anti-hero. He's probably all these things, and more. But it's up to you as a viewer to find that out. And you throw in mechs, and it just makes Code Geass more awesome. I've watched this series over and over again, and I will return to it. If you have not seen Code Geass, sit down and watch it.
Number 1, Full Metal Alchemist.
この想いを消してしまうにはまだ人生長いでしょうやり残してることをやり直してみたいから
Full Metal Alchemist. It was my gateway anime. I want to make it clear that I am including both the original series and Brotherhood, which is based directly off the manga. Now, it's not to say that the original series was not based off of the manga, it just deviated. It does not make the original series any less good. In my opinion, it still deserves to be watched only because it had great art. It wasn't bad. But it also was not great. Brotherhood is better. But, again, I still believe that the original series should be watched, just because it came before Brotherhood, and it does have its own moments outside the manga that were somewhat memorable. And I also want to make it clear that Fullmetal Alchemist being my gateway anime is not the sole reason why it's my number one. It's the fact that FMA as a whole balances being funny and being serious really well. It switches between those two aspects quickly and executes it brilliantly. And that is why Fullmetal Alchemist is Rittleot's number one. And now it's time for Ginger of Red's Top 10 Manga. Number 10, Soul Eater.
Soul Eater is an interesting take on the Grim Reaper. It follows the two main characters, Maka and Soul Eater Evans. It's the chemistry between these two characters that really makes this manga what it is. Its seriousness in some moments, but its hilarity in others, really make it a truly interesting story to see.
Number 9, Monster.
One of the few non-shonens on my list, Monster is a psychological thriller that follows the story of a doctor whose life spirals downward due to a mysterious man by the name of Johan. Having one of the most interesting villains I've yet to see in any manga, it's the interactions between the main character and the villain that truly make this manga one of a kind.
Number 8, One Piece.
A simple story about a simple boy who wishes to become king of the pirates. Except, it's not a simple story, and he's for certain not a simple boy. Monkey D. Luffy is a rubber man who meets a whole assortment of characters to become part of his pirate crew as he ventures to earn the One Piece.
Number 7, Naruto.
An interesting take on ninjas, Naruto has a unique world with memorable characters and plenty of delicious ramen.
Number 6, Nanatsu no Taizai.
The Seven Deadly Sins is one of the latest entries to enter my list, having only less than 100 chapters while others on the list have over 700. I was immediately grabbed by the story with its interesting cast of characters and hilarity that rivaled even that of One Piece.
Number 5, Dead Man Wonderland.
An odd entry for me to have on my list because I tend to be a person who avoids violent mangas such as this. But the story was actually believable for me and I was able to understand everything that the characters were going through. And I found the main character to be very relatable. And the ending, well, you'll just have to see for yourself.
Number 4, Pandora Hearts.
One of the lesser known and lesser liked by others, Pandora Hearts is an entry on my list that I came across while trying to find something to read, but was instantly grabbed by the story. And, well, my likeness to the story can be surmised by 2 words: Xerxes Break.
Number 3, Berserk.
Like Dead Man Wonderland, this is an unusual entry for me to have because, once again, I tend to avoid the more gritty and violent mangas out there. However, the story of Berserk was captivating enough to pull me through the brutality of the series, and I really enjoyed it. I always cared about all the characters, and even now I'm caring about whether or not they'll die in the next chapter I read.
Number 2, Maggie and the Magic of the Labyrinth.
A true gem that I came across one day. I was the first of my friends to find this manga, and I was the first to recommend it to all of them. What I first saw as an interesting take on the Arabian Nights, I was completely wrong to realize that this was one of the most interesting and fascinating worlds I've ever seen a mangaka create, and I'd recommend it to every soul that I would come across who would be willing to listen to me, at least.
Number 1, Full Metal Alchemist.
Like Sir Rittleot, Full Metal Alchemist was also a gateway to a medium for me. I was a young boy in middle school, and I was trying to find something to read when I came across a manga site. At first I had thought it was just a bunch of free comics, not knowing what a manga was. But I found Full Metal Alchemist, I began reading it, and the story was compelling, the characters were hilarious, and I cared about every single point in the story as it continued along, and I've been reading mangas and watching anime ever since. And that is why Full Metal Alchemist is my number 1.
Dun 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 dun! And that was our top 10 for both anime and manga. I want to say that my list was less ordered than Ginger's was. My list was more organized on the basis on how much I would go back and rewatch those series. I've rewatched Full Metal Alchemist many a time. I've rewatched Code Geass many a time. And anything on that list, I've watched at least one more time. I would go back and watch those. Now, Mushishi, I don't know if I'd go watch it for a third time, but I would if I was in the mood to do so.
So we hope you enjoyed the video and liked the choices we have. If you think there are any we missed, please say so in the comments. Please check out our other videos on our channel Downright Start. Please like, favorite, and subscribe if you enjoyed. But until then, we'll see you later.
This is Rittleot. Until the next video, signing off.
Bye-bye!
Hey! Sorry.
Are you actually recording yet?
Yes! Get over here! Tired of your shit!
I don't know what that is, but it looks potentially delicious.
Oh, I disrupted that.